Hello there, kia ora. There is a fantastic, beautiful phrase out there that states if you fuck around, you'll find out. And well, this week, Hamilton City Councillor Andrew Bydder found out. You see, for the last 6 months, Andrew has been telling anybody who will listen that Hamilton City Council is actually run by a secret cabal of woke WEF insurgents who are completely loyal to Klaus Schwab. And I wish I was making this up. He actually did 4 videos with Liz Gunn talking about exactly that and exactly why their network of NZ loyal supporters need to get involved in local body elections and get involved in local body authorities so they can start creating a network of like-minded people to shape the way that our population moves forward. And for those of you in Tauranga who have an election coming up fairly soon, please keep a close eye on the candidates to make sure that, well, they're not as stupid as Andrew Bydder. You see, Andrew was one of those people that was involved in the meeting last year with the Hamilton Residents and Ratepayers Association, which sounds kind of innocuous, but this was the group that issued execution writs to sitting councillors because of 15-minute cities. That was the meeting that he was in the audience cheering them on as one of the organisers, sitting right next to Ryan Hamilton, the new Hamilton East MP, who got up at the end of that meeting and said, "Hey, I'm one of you guys." What a great bunch. But you see, this week, Andrew Bydder was in a meeting with council where they were organising things like infrastructure. And he started off his time to speak insinuating that the council staff had actually been manipulating numbers in the past. And so he got pulled up on a point of order on that.
Chair Max, I'll begin with a thank you to Tracy. Bad news is good if you get it early enough to actually make changes to make a difference. So I really appreciate no fudging, hiding of the figures, telling us straight. That's good to know.
Point of order, Chair. 20.4 or, hold on, I think there could be multiple.
Yeah, I will restart my time at 1 minute 50 seconds.
Or, okay, point of order, sorry, I need help to find the number, but I think that it was either disrespectful or a misleading comment.
Could you explain how that was disrespectful?
What we just do is ask you to rephrase.
Point of order. Sarah's point of order was disrespectful.
No, I think she's looking to be able to make sure that we've got accurate information into the chamber, and that.
Could you advise what was inaccurate?
Councillor Sarah? Look, that's my ruling, and I think I'll stay with that.
Your ruling is not accepted.
I'll just ask you to rephrase that if you could, and then you can start your debate, and we can finish this item.
Madam Chair, proceed your question. As an elected member, I'm not sure exactly which point of order has been raised. So could the point of order...
Councillor Sarah raised a point of disrespectful under
so which clause?
26.2.
26.2.
Around language, and I'm upholding that and asking.
D, and I also believe that 20.4 is relevant.
Okay, so I'm allowing you to restart your debate, and you'll have, I think we'll allow you the full 2 minutes.
Right.
Thank you.
I will begin by thanking Tracy for giving us the bad news, because it is good to know the bad news so that we can make changes, and that she did not fudge or distort, sanitize any figures.
Respectful to staff.
Point of order, how is that disrespectful?
No, she's got a, chair's got a rule first.
Yeah, I don't believe using the word fudge is respectful enough to our staff.
I said that it was not fudged.
And so I would ask you not to use that rephrase if you would, and then we can complete the debate. You can get your points across as you might want to, and we can vote on this item if you would.
No.
Okay, thank you. You choosing not to complete your debate? Thank you. Do we have any other speakers?
My freedom of speech is being blocked. That is a breach of my human rights.
Excuse me, Andrew, I think that it's not the case at all, and ask you to just refrain, if you would. Thank you.
My freedom of speech is being blocked. That is a breach of my...
And that's actually where the video runs out, because Andrew Bydder got up and ran out of the room crying like a little baby who'd had a lollipop taken off them. You see, it turns out, according to Andrew, that this wasn't about him being an absolute arse who's been telling people for months and months that he doesn't believe that the council staff are actually doing their job. He says it's reverse sexism. It's all the fault of those women on council who don't like him because he's not woke. When in reality, it was basically a distraction and him sitting there trying to play the victim as soon as he started screaming, freedom of speech, freedom of speech. Now, here's the thing about freedom of speech. He is right that it is guaranteed to us under the Bill of Rights, but there are limits on freedom of speech. For example, you are not guaranteed somewhere for you to have your exact say on what you want to say. And there are rules when you are in an elected body as to what you can say, how you can say it, and what you can do and not do. And he breached those rules deliberately a couple of times. He knew full well what he was saying because he's been saying it for months and months in public. He fucked around in public and he found out around that table why people will not stand for it. Now, as I said earlier on, there is an election coming up in Tauranga, so make sure you're vetting the candidates, and I'll do some research on them when the full list comes out. But there is always a risk that there are going to be candidates like this, and there were a few that were elected around councils last year, or the year before last now. So please keep an eye on them. Make sure if they do fuck around, they find out why that is a bad idea.